to call upon our speaker today, I would like to ask any of us here, have we set a target to change any of the habits, that hinder us from progressing in year 2022? If you have set the target to change, then you choose A. If you haven't, then you choose B. Wow, we are very fast. We have how many percentage? 88% say yes. That's very good, fantastic. Many of us have set the target at the beginning of the year. Just like myself, I always set New Year resolution. So we set the target. We are very ambitious to achieve it. But very sadly to say, most of us, I do not know you, but myself, at the end of the year, I find myself being my old self and not able to change the habit. So to help us with this habit changing challenge, we have our speaker tonight, Mr. Goh Ji-yong, to talk about change your habit, change your life. All right, let us now invite our speaker, Mr. Goh Ji-yong, to share with us. Mr. Goh Ji-yong is a certified financial planner. He's also the founder and the coach of Quantum Coaching Training. Ji-yong, are you ready to share with us?
First of all, thank you very much. I wish everyone Happy New Year. And also, I would like to thank MCM for giving me this opportunity to share what I know, because my life purpose is actually to live in love and appreciation, and also to inspire myself and others. So when it comes to habit, I think Cheryl asked a very good question. Yeah, how many of you have set your New Year resolution? Yeah, be it to start a new exercise routine or to lose weight. I remember last time I used to every year I put the same weight. I want to gain weight. It's quite unusual, but I never achieved that. So if you are the person that unable to follow up with what you set for, perhaps given up less than a week or a month, just put in the chat box below. Just type me if it's you, yeah. If not, then put N, yeah. Okay, let me see. And me, only one. The rest are very good. Like you're able to follow your habit. I would like to congratulate you for most of you, yeah, because 90% here in the chat box mentioned that you already set your goal. That is the first step. And in this session, would it be good if I can share with you some of the tips or some of those habits that I built along, so that in this half an hour you will get some sharing on you can implement it. When I talk about habit, it's not just about that morning routine. It can have it on that health eating habit. It can also be your emotional habit. It can be your morning routine habit. It can be whatever habit, because habit is the one that affect our life. So I will share with you what is the trigger, how long does a habit form, what's the trigger, pitfall, and how you can use the drive or the motivation in order to form a habit, a more permanent habit. And yeah, we'll end up with a Q&A at the end of the day. Yeah, let's begin. I'm actually very blessed that I started my personal development journey. Hi, my name is Chio. And in 5 years ago, that I learned from the best, started this personal development journey. It's actually for myself. There are a lot of limiting beliefs inside me, and there are a lot of misalignment. How many of you have you take 3 steps forward, 2 steps backward? That was me, I think, for many years. So I was lucky to be able to opportunity to learn from the best, like in NLP, mindset, video marketing, voice coaching, and many other coaches. So I'm happy to work with many professional solopreneurs in order to help them to get more clarity in what they want to do next step. Let me start habit. When we talk about habit, habit is actually something that is a behavior that you do repetitively, yeah, over a period of time. Just like, for example, you know when to take your shower, brush your teeth, to drive, it becomes automatic. You don't have to think of, unless you just learn to drive, but you don't have to think about that. Sometimes you have probably your mind wandering, but you will still be able to drive to the destination you want. So habit, based on the research published in European Journal of Psychology, it takes 18 to 254 days, meaning that it takes averagely from 3 weeks, yeah, to about 254 days. That is roughly about, yeah, 8 months. And averagely, it took about average 66 days, more than 2 weeks. How many of you have given up, like forming your habit less than 2 months? So there's no right or wrong. It's just up to us. Some probably people that can get that habit formed earlier, some longer. Yeah. So it took at least 66 days. There is a key factor why many of us actually unable to build that habit, because we have the expectation that, oh, we just do for 21 days, or we just do for that 10 days. You actually build a habit. So set a different expectation from today. It's 66 day average, yeah? Yeah, so you got a leeway from 18 to 254. And this book that I read from Laura Van der Kamp, yeah? What most successful people do before breakfast. There are 3 areas. I know that every one of you have been working very hard, like you're putting a lot of focus on your business and work or your passion. So she actually interviewed the most successful people. It came up with the 3 things that they will do normally. Self, yeah, it's about yourself. Whatever you do for your vitality, for your health, for your fitness, for your mentality, yeah, for your emotional management. Second thing is about relationship. So there's no, in particular order, relationship, how you spend your morning with your loved one, your children, on those people that matter to you, be spending time having the breakfast with them, yeah. And the third thing will be on work and business. What are those critical things that you need to do before your colleague wakes up, or your subordinate, or your boss? So making sure that they are the 3 important areas, yeah. So try to balance in between work, relationship, and self, yeah. Next, to me, because when you talk about habit, there are many areas. It can be habit of emotional. Some people get triggered when they are unhappy. They always get triggered. So it's a habit of unhappiness, or habit of frustrated, habit of angry. So the habit of eating habit, morning routine habit, scrolling social media habit. So there are many habits. So I would like to focus on the routine and what are the pitfall in view of time as well. But you can ask me other than what I share today. So to me, me time, I call it me time, my morning time before sunrise will be on exercise. You need to move your body, yeah. The first thing you need to do to change your emotion is to move, yeah. It can be a jog, it can be exercise, yeah. For the mind, it can be something you read, it can be an audio as well that you can listen during your exercise. You can do it 2 in 1. Emotional, meaning that how you prime, like Tony Robbins called this like priming, making sure you stack all those positive emotions early of the day, morning, yeah. So those are emotion management. It can be meditation, it can be journaling, yeah, whichever that suits you, yeah. Let's move on to habit. Habit, whether you realize it or not, it's either it become automatic no matter what, yeah. Just like we get triggered by our phone, that become a habit for us to look at our phone most of the time. Maybe not most of you, but I have that as well. Like, are you riding a horse, or you let the horse ride you? So you have the 2 perspectives, whether you want to lead the horse to the destination you want, or you let the horse ride you. It's like, are you taking the ownership? Let's say you are the captain of the ship. You are the one that directs the direction, or you let the ship just be autopilot to go whichever that is your way. So which one are you? Are you horse riding, number 1, or you're horsey riding? Yeah, just put in the chat box. Okay, cool. So how is the formation of habit? Okay, there are 3 steps, there are 4 steps, depending on whichever author that you refer to or psychology. To me, that a simple example will be our phone trigger. When you see a notification signal on your phone, yeah, be it the light, you get triggered, or there may be a beeping sound or a ringtone sound, yeah, you get triggered. And the routine is normally you get your phone, yeah, you look at what is the message, and you reply. And the more you do this repetitively, it becomes a habit. Yeah. So it's just simple as that. Habit, if you do it repetitively, it becomes automatic. So in order for you to break that, you need to change the trigger. Like when there's a trigger, change what you do. Yeah. Instead of when you see just for example, when you see the notification, instead of being triggered to look at the phone, maybe you want to put your phone aside, on whenever that you are doing certain tasks that is very important to you. Yeah, but make sure that if it's your loved one and important person, making sure that you answer the call, otherwise you have problem. Yeah, but yeah, just that is a trigger, like the formation of habits. Just remember, you have the choice to decide what are those routine or what are those habits that serve you. Yeah, let's move on to the compound interest. Since we are in this global investment community, it's very we heard before, like compound interest is the 8 wonders of the world. So it's the same thing as a habit. So imagine it's just an improvement of 1%, yeah, better compared to the day before. If you just improve 1% a day, like tomorrow is 1% better, the subsequent day 1% better than the subsequent day. If you continue to do this over a period of time, and by the end of 1 year, you will actually improve 37 times compared to when you started. So that is just to show you that 1% daily, a simple smaller step, 1%. I think you can also use it in your investment, or you can use it in anything that you do. But if you use it in the context of habit, 1% improvement on yourself better than, let's say, you get 37 times better at the end of the year. Do you want this? Like, is it doable, 1% per day? If it's yes, just put in why, yeah, in the chat box. And on the flip side, if you are 1%, let's say you are 1% worse compared to the previous day. So over the period of time, after 1 year, of course, you will end up at 0. And the reason for some of us, or for most of us, and why we are unable to stick to the habit is because we have this expectation. We think that over time, yeah, the craft will just gradual. We think that, okay, over time, I expected I will get this. Over time, if I continue this habit, I will get this. But in actual fact, it's a slow, gradual improvement. Yeah, only when you hit here, like, yeah, this is the point. But many of us, or some of us, or for most of us, we actually give up at this point of time, especially when too close to that. Yeah, at this point. Yeah. So remember that I give to you. If you haven't passed that 9 months, don't give up. Or perhaps if 9 months, you need more time, do it. Because otherwise you wasted that period of time that you built that habit along. Remember, 1% per day, better than every day. Like, you will get 37 times. That is massive. Yeah. If you don't remember anything, I think this is the most important thing you need to remember. 1% better every day. Yeah. There are 3 pitfalls that you need to be aware of. Yeah. In building your new habit. Number 1 is looking on the far left. I can see the goldfish like drifting along, just swimming in a fish bowl. Yeah. So in order for you to build a habit, you need to know that it's not just drifting along. It's just not just live your life without any purpose. Otherwise, you'll be just drifting along without any purpose. So you need to know your why. Why do you need to build a habit? For what purpose? Yeah, it's not about following what other people do. Yeah, you can adopt what people do, but what's the purpose that you building this habit? Of course, very clear cut, like smoking. Yeah, I don't want to do that, but it's personal. Like smoking might not be good for your health. Yeah, some people might have different opinion. Like you need to know your purpose. Yeah, otherwise you'll be drifting along. Number 2 is discipline. No matter how good you are, like Dato' Lee Chung Wei mentioned before, he actually practiced. I think he mentioned that he woke up at 6 and there's 2 times she actually practiced, no matter whether no matter it's rain or sunny day, yeah, and also Monday to Saturday, if I can remember correctly. So no matter you're a world champion, you are the best in the world, you still need to train the basic. It's the same like how we have to build our muscle, yeah. That discipline is very important. I think it's also applied to whatever that we do, yeah. Number 3 is about that persistency. Like in order to climb up that mountain, like there are a lot of challenges you will face. Building a habit is the same as well. At a certain point of time, we wanted to give up because we think that, oh, it's taken me a lot of time, I better do something else. But what are those things that you give up on, and what's the new thing that you're going to do? So do not give up when you're getting closer. So if you just give up, it means you have to start all over again for the beginning. Yeah, remember the 1% better each day, you will improve 37 times. It's also applied if you just build your bell 1% better compared to the next day, 37 times. Yeah. So these are 3 things you need to be aware of: drifting, discipline, and persistence. I just choose 3. And in order to form a very consistent habit, I remember that in the past, I used to buy a lot of books, like Popular Fair, Book Fair. I remember I bought books when I travel as well. It became that, after many years, it became yellow. The pages are become, So it's only started, I think, 3 years ago when I decided that I wanted to start this reading habit. I asked myself why. Like people like Max or Roy, like they took their time in order to write a book. So it's a lot of sweat, time, and effort. So for me, the purpose why is I wanted to read that book and also get the wisdom. So that's my purpose. In order to catch up my learning curve, that I got it from the book or seminar, whichever. The second thing you need to do is I joined I was lucky on the day that when I wanted to build this habit, I came across my ex-colleague who shared with me this idea, like joining this group. She mentioned to me that, Chiong, would you like, if you want to start this reading habit, want to join her group? Like the condition is just to start very small. Like, do you think you are able to read 3 pages a day? Type in the chat box below why, if you think you can do it, and no, if you think you can't. So to me, it's like, 3 pages a day, doable, ma? Why is it so hard? If you ask you to read that whole book like per day, that would be tough, lah. But to write 3 pages a day, to me is simple. I can do that. How about, can you do it like 5 days out of the 7 days? I say, why not? I can do that. How much time do you need? Like just 3 days. Even though you are very slow reader, it probably get you like less than 15 minutes, or probably shorter than that. And when you have that, I can say that I can consistently having this habit built on over the 3 years period. And the third thing, you need accountability partner, because we are in a group whereby everybody actually cheer each one when there is tough time. You need some motivation, or you need some push or pull sometimes, depending. That accountability partner is very important. If you would like to know how to grow your asset, to be in the people like in this community, global investment community, you get to know what other people do and you learn from them. Accountability partner, not necessarily is your wife or your partner, as someone to get you accountable with, making sure that your accountability partner is someone that will hold you on what you do. 3 things. 1, start small. Accountability, that will get you to build new habit that you want. And there are two ways. So how did I manage successfully build a habit? I would say that the pain will be if I did not read like less than 5 days, there is a penalty of 5 ringgit per day. To me, pain. It's not about pain, but it's about that penalty. Like if you don't read like 5 days, it'll be 25. Pain. The other thing is pleasure. What would I get? I would get a clap. I would get a congratulation message if I'm able to read that book when I finish reading that book. So it's just to get the cheer. And I still remember there's when I signed up for that video marketing course, I still remember there's a lot of pain that I keep on delaying to post my video, like it's part of the homework I need to do. There's a lot of pain for me that I procrastinating from morning until evening. Until that pain come with the pleasure, like my wife said to me, like if you post that video, yeah, I know that's painful, but I get to the reward of a dessert, like ice cream for me, that's pleasure. So you have to use that pain versus pleasure, making it more painful for you. Yeah, if you don't do that, and making it more pleasurable. Like if you want to influence people that they are smoking, like what would the pain if they are unable to see their daughter or granddaughter wedding? Stacking all of that pain, yeah, it's just an example. Like what will be the pleasure that you get if you let go of the smoking? Probably you're more healthy, you get more energy, vitality, yeah. So it's just an example that, yeah, stacking a lot of pain of not doing certain things and making it more pleasurable, like the new habit or the new things more pleasurable for you. So with this, you're able to change the new habit, and make sure if you ever change any habit, make sure you replace it with something else. Not just change something and then you need to find a replacement habit that's serving you. Yeah. Otherwise, a vacuum. And what you should do, then your mind will choose whatever that is easy for you. And it's just like anything. Like there is a season. You need time in order to get the rice that you want. You have to plant the seed. You have to wait before you can harvest. So everything requires effort. You need time. Sometimes there may be insect and whatever. Those are challenges that you need to go through. Raining, sun, you have too much water, whatever. So there is this principle of going the extra mile. Like you need to overcome that in order to get the labor. Yeah. Harvest. In order to get to the harvesting, you need to go through all those challenges. Yeah, from seeding to maintaining that. Yeah. So just a short one. Since I think Cheryl actually asked a very good question as well. I just add that along. Like just write down or take a screenshot of this. Like, what are the 2 habits you would like to change? I think Cheryl asked something similar as well. Yeah, on the third question, what are the 2 habits you would like to change this year? Because your habit will determine how you will end up with your life. Like your habit will determine your life, because your habit is your action. Whatever action that you do, you will in fact affect what you get by end of the year or perhaps longer. What caused you? You do not change this habit like over a period of time, like 1 year, 5 years, 10 years. Yeah. If you're still procrastinating or not starting investing, what will be the cost of you not doing that? Would it be you're unable to retire or financially free? Third question will be, identify the good new habit that you would like to form this year. I think Cheryl asked that. Yeah. Just note down what are the 2 good habits that you would like to form. Yeah. It's just like changing the old one. Yeah. Taking out the old habit, the not so good habit, change it with a new habit. And for what purpose do you want to form this new habit? Making sure that it's a very important question. Why? For what purpose that you want to form these 2 habits? Yeah. And number 5 is the most important thing. Nothing changes. Even though I can help you with the intervention, I can help you with that. But the one thing that's critical is about taking action. Nothing changes without action. It's also a reminder to me as well. Yeah. So I would like to just share a quick video. It's about 10 minutes, and just take some learning out of this video. And it's a great movie as well, The Pursuit of Happiness. I enjoy this movie. And the more important things you need to know of is, who do you do it for? Let's enjoy this video and hold on. Yeah.
You may remember Chris Gardner from the movie The Pursuit of Happiness starring Will Smith.
There were some major differences between reality and the film.
Turns out that in real life, Chris Gardner was neither perfect nor Will Smith.
Was the real story hidden from us?
He was going to be playing you in a movie.
When you were going through this horrible period of your life, did you go, this will make a good movie? No.
People like to think they lived happily ever after, but that couldn't be farther from the truth.
But here's where the facts really start to deviate from fiction.
But my relationship with Holly, man,
Why did they leave Holly out of the story?
that changes everything.
And yet, nothing could have prepared Chris for what came next.
She said, I have to tell you something. And she died the next day.
That's the biggest trigger that I have ever experienced.
That's when my life changed, right there.
That's the low of the low for Chris Gardner.
I lost the love of my life. Is that Holly? Holly.
This stuff is just too dark, even for Hollywood.
And my first response was, wait a minute, why didn't you tell me?
What did she tell you before she died?
You can lose a house, get a new house. Lose a job, get a new job. But when you lose the person that you love more than life, that's irreplaceable. We met at the gym. I'm on this stationary bike, this elliptical. It's not going anywhere. And suddenly, the most incredibly beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life walked into the gym. I'm on this elliptical, but all of a sudden, I'm not going like this, I'm going like this. Oh. One of the attendants at the gym said to me, man, I thought you were going to take off on that bike. She's got no makeup. She's drenched in sweat from head to toe, right? It wasn't what she looked like, it was what I saw and felt. The soul. I had to know who this person is. She could have said no. She could have said I'm in a relationship. She could have said I'm not interested. I had to know. And I'm glad I did. My relationship with Holly, man, that was mine. I was selfish. But that's when my life changed, right there. I will never forget waking up one morning and Holly would do this one thing. She would bring me a cup of coffee to bed. She said, I have to tell you something. She said, I'm losing my vision. And it wasn't the words she said, it was how she said them that made me sit up on the bed. I immediately go to a place called denial. What does that mean? You need some new glasses, we got to get to the ophthalmologist. What does that mean? She said, no, I'm losing my vision. And we find out it's an inoperable brain tumor. We had some serious conversations. You got to tell me what you need. You got to tell me what to do. And what she said to me is, you're already doing it, baby. Just be here. She kept asking me the same question, which was, now that we can see how truly short life can be, what are you going to do with the rest of your life? The very day that we were supposed to go in for our first chemo treatment, Holly had a stroke. Holly had lapsed into a coma. She had not been able to consciously move or respond to any commands physically for months. Before I left the hospital room that night, I leaned down and I said to her, baby, if you want to let go, if you want to stop fighting, I'm okay. I'm gonna be okay. And out of nowhere, I'm standing at the side of the hospital bed. Her leg moves. And I'm standing there, and her foot caresses me. And she died the next day. It has given me a new perspective on what it means to struggle. I had overcome every obstacle, achieved every goal, slayed every dragon. I have been the recipient of, witness to, and beneficiary of too many miracles in my own life to accept that it wouldn't happen again. I had done everything that I was supposed to do in that business. Started at the absolute bottom, scratched, fought, crawled, and worked to the absolute top. I could have continued to sit at that desk and chase some more stocks, chase some more bonds, chase some more deals. I could have done that. But when Holly was diagnosed, changed everything. You can lose a house, get a new house. Lose a job, get a new job. But when you lose the person that you love more than life, that's irreplaceable. Losing Holly made that crystal clear to me. You can make money, you can lose money. You can't make time. How much time you got left in your life? Don't nobody know? One of the last things that she said to me was, I don't want you to cry because it's over. I want you to smile because it happened. She has come to me a couple of times in my dreams. This is her way of coming to visit me and say, I'm okay, but I'm checking on you. How are you doing? Now that we can see how truly short life can be, what are you going to do with the rest of your life? That's a trigger. That's the biggest trigger that I have ever experienced. What are you going to do the rest of your life? And what I had to do is I had to start taking some of my own advice. I have been telling people, I had written about it for a very long time, that if you're doing something that you're not totally committed to, if you're doing something that you're not totally passionate about, you're compromising yourself every day. If I could do anything in the world right now, I would give people, all of us, all around the world, permission to dream. These hard pivots, it could have been the loss of a job, a medical challenge, the loss of a loved one. We've all had to make these hard pivots before, but ultimately we began to go forward. So many people around the world are now having their own pursuit of happiness moments and experiences. So a part of my journey right now is to empower others as they begin and continue to take these baby steps on the journey to their dreams. There is no exit ramp for happiness. There's no exit ramp for peace, tranquility, beauty. All those things sometimes are on this road. Sometimes the beauty is the journey.
Ryan got grumpier as time.
I hope this video will inspire you, and it doesn't matter where you are, it's where do you want to go. And I just like that video, like if you lose a home, just get a home. You lose a job, just get a job. If you lose money, just get money. But the one thing that you can't get back is your time. I think I have to thank every one of you because you have chosen to be here, to use your time, and just use the quote by Thomas Edison. It's not, I think he mentioned very good, like, I haven't failed. I just found out that 10,000 ways that will not work. Every time if you face any challenges, ask ourselves, have we reached 10,000 times? Have we done 100 or even 1,000? If you haven't passed that 10,000 times, they are brave for you. It's not about failure, it's about what you find out, and be persistent, never lose hope. I hope that 1% increase every day you'll be better 37 times. And I wish you all the best. And you want to be connected, just scan this Facebook, and yeah, you can get a lot of videos, a short video that you can learn from, yeah, on mindset. And I just want to do a quick one. Is where you are right now, like there's a time and what action that you are taking. If you are taking those good habits that you build along, after 12 months, you'll be here. However, if you are continue with the habit of detrimental to you, whatever that you stack along, your habit, then you will end up here at the end of 12 months. And if you're not doing anything perhaps, then you will stay the same at the end of 1 year, but you will lose out because of the, the compound interest of 1 year. You're actually working backward. I will end it here, and I wish everyone like happy Chinese New Year. I'll see you, and wish you all the best in the year 2022, and change your habit, change your life, and I'm happy to answer every question. Back to you, Cheryl. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for the insightful sharing. Indeed, it is very inspiring. Chiong has actually shared with us that it takes an average of 66 days to form a habit. And we can learn to practice good habit by learning from the successful people. And the morning time or the morning routine is very important for us. What we do for ourselves, what we do to improve the relationship with our family, and what we do to improve our work and our businesses. And also, Chiong also highlighted a very important thing, that is the compound interest of self-improvement. Do not just ignore this. This is very important, because a small step, a small gain, you will make a difference. So do not ignore the power of tiny gains, because habit don't change overnight. So you just have to start small, and then be persistent to follow through. And also, Chiong has also shared with us the 3 keys to build a consistent new habit. That is number 1, why? What is the purpose of, you want to change? And you start a small step, and then later, and also very important to find a partner for accountability. So it is important to write down all the changes that you want. Number 1, to identify 2 habits that you would like to change. And then what is the cost if you do not change them? And number 3, to identify 2 new good habits that you want to form. And what is the purpose, for you to do so? And lastly, the very important one is to identify 1 action that you can do to start building this new habit. Okay. Thank you very much, Chiong, for all the practical ways that we can take to start changing our habits. All right. For us to improve our webinar in the future, your feedback is very important to us. Please scan this QR code and fill up the feedback form. We will invite back Chiong for this Q&A session. Chiong, are you there? All right. Anyone has any question yet? Anyone? Let me see the chat box. Okay. Let me check. Right. Okay, we have a question here. All right, Chiong, the question is, it is not easy to break an old habit. How can I build determination to change the old habit?
Thank you, Cheryl. Yeah, I definitely agree with you. It's not easy to change your old habit, especially if stack on building it over a period of time. I think I share in that in my presentation. You have to stack that pain of not doing things. Like the old habit, if you still continue to do that, what will be the pain to you, like after 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years? Yeah. And it's just that the analogy I use, like we keep on smoking, what's the worst that can happen to you after 1 year, 5 years, 10 years? Probably you might miss your daughter wedding or your granddaughter wedding. You can't attend. So by stacking the pain of not doing that, I mean to let go of the old habit, and what is the pleasure that you get? The pain and pleasure is very important. That is the one thing you need to do, like making it painful of not doing that and making it more pleasurable by changing to a new habit. Then the other thing you need to do is to know your purpose. It's not just to change your old habit, the purpose as well. The main thing is, who do you do it for? You are more willing to do it for others, especially a loved one. Try to stack on that as well. The third thing you can do, probably accountability. If you join people that are always like building their wealth, eventually you build wealth as well. You join people that are non-smoking, from smoker you become non-smoker because you are influenced by that. You join people that are vegetarian, like a group of them, you become part of them. Like, that analogy is a very good one. I hope these 3 ideas will help. Will give you some perspective.
So it's the pain and the pleasure and the big why behind you want to change, right? And the benefits after we can change. So, all right. There's another question. This is about raising your kids, our kids. As a parent, how to make the kid to change his or her habit, but they are reluctant or they are not willing to change. Like, for example, playing computer games, always scrolling on the, FB, all this social media.
I'm not a parent, but I'm a kid. I have 2 nieces. I think parents have to always ask themselves, sorry for those parents, if you ask your kids not to do that, are you also not doing that as well? If you tell your kids not to play phone, but you are playing phone all the time, do you think they will ask you back? Like, I'm not saying that easy to let go of the phone. I think everyone get triggered. Even my mom, who used not to have phone previously, is still like using phone most of the time. I would think that you, as a young kid, I think you are the first one that they see. You are the role model. If you ask them not to do certain things, making sure you are doing that as well, so that you become a model to them. Like setting boundary, that would be a good idea. It's not about not letting them to touch that. It's about having that boundary, making it a motivation. Like, if you are able to finish their homework, probably they can, view that educational program or have that. So it's about that. Ask yourself, if you as a kid as well, what will you do? Because we have been kids before. Ask ourselves. I knew that in the past I used to play video games like until 24 hours without sleep, but it's not good, not healthy. But try to be a role model. Number 2 is about asking yourself, if you are the kids, what do they want? Like, try to influence them, bargain with them, and making sure they complete certain things. You give them, making sure what you are doing is actually good for them, and good for you as well. Like,
actually,
please answer your question. If not, then I'm happy to, just my perspective.
Actually, it's very, very important to lead by examples. That's what Cheong has shared. Lead by examples, and also set boundaries, right? Because it's impossible for us to say that, you cannot touch the handphone, or you cannot go to the social media, at all. You cannot say you cannot do. So it's important that we set the boundary. All right. Thank you, Cheong. Okay. Any other questions?
I think I cover pretty good, so that's why there's no question. Thank you very much.
There's one more question. One more last one. Okay. This is about personal, all right? Personal improvement. How to build a habit which is a fear to me. I wish to build a habit where I can communicate or interact with people more frequent. But I am an introvert type of character where interacting with people or sharing with people is a fear and a great pressure, not pleasure, to me. How do we change this?
If I get the question correctly, it's about introvert, like And the goal is actually to become more outspoken, to share with others. Is that right? Like,
Yeah, more able to share with others. Yes.
I think introvert or extrovert is a label that we give ourselves. I used to be a very introvert myself. Like, I still remember when I first joined Toastmaster, my first public speaking. I got the fear of like speaking in front of public. I'm still an introvert if you ask me, but it doesn't matter that my purpose is actually to inspire myself and others. So it's about first time that you do, it's always hard, no matter what you do. Yeah, to talk to someone, that's the hardest step. But as you do more, it gets easier. Yeah, it doesn't mean the fear will go away, just that as you step along, it gets easier and easier. What analogy I can give you? Yeah, it's just like driving a car. And when you first started driving the car, you have to make sure last time you have the clutch, you have to look at the mirror, you have to the brake and so there are many things you have to juggle. But as long as you do it repetitively over a period of time, you're able, through practice, you're able to build that along. I hope this answers you. And joining a community, like you're afraid of speaking in public, maybe just take up a role like to be a speaker, like in GIC, that'd be a good one to start with. Yeah, or perhaps they are more supportive for your growth. And I'm happy. Yeah, if you want to unmute yourself, happy. I'm not sure whether I answered that question, but happy to discuss further as well.
Yeah. In fact, we just have to do it. Like if you want to share, we just share it, and later it will become a norm for us. And Chi-Yong, can you take another question? I think Mindy would like to ask, find it difficult to amend the habit of late sleep. Any suggestions can help to get rid of this habit?
Find it difficult to amend the habit of late sleep. For what? Mindy, if you don't mind, what is the purpose of you getting rid of this late sleep? What's the worst that can happen? Like, does that give you any harm? Like, by not?
Mindy, if you would like to share.
If you can unmute, or you can. I just want to know that, like, how late is late, and does that affect you, like your life, or? Late sleep is not good for health. Okay, got you. Late sleep is not good for health. Sometimes it's not about this. I'm not in a medical line, but sometimes it's not about whether how long you sleep. It's whether you get it. 1 a.m. to 2 a.m. sometime. Okay, good. Okay. How many hours of sleep that you are getting, if I can ask you? Okay. Because some people tend to sleep very late, but they are able to do, they are they are more efficient during their night time. So even though it might not be good for some people, like it's not the norm, but if you want to change the habit, ask yourself, what's the worst that can happen if you continue to do this, like you're sleeping late? What's the worst thing that can cause you? Write down all those reasons, not just one or two, but write down what they can cause you long term if you continue sleeping late. Yeah.
So
and then just monitor, like having the time management, time management. Maybe you can just send me a message. We can have a talk on that. Just have manage your time management. Look through like 1 week, and then adjust. Take small step each time. Yeah, if you 1 a.m., what is your target? If it's 12 a.m., just do it like progressively. Cut short by 10 minutes to go through it. Yeah, just send me a direct message. I hope I can help you from that. If that's good for you, my Facebook.
Okay, Mindy, you can directly message Chi-Yong. Anyone have any more questions? Anyone? Okay, if we have no question, then we have to thank you, Chi-Yong, for...
welcome. Cheryl, is it your first time hosting this as well?
Oh yes, I am very,
can we give a big round of congratulations to Cheryl? Yeah, it's like
thank you so
having that comfort zone.
much.
So congratulations of taking that first step. I think it's not easy. We did it very well as well. Congratulations. And
Thank you so much.
First time might not be easy, build that along, and things. It's the same for. I do have my challenge as well at each start. Thank you very much.
Thank you so
Happy
much
to be
for
here,
all the support, and thank you, Chi Yong.